Hi guys, it is AMA Tuesday where we answer marketing and branding questions about your business. Clearly, let's establish one thing, it's not Tuesday. As many of you in the States know, we had a holiday weekend, so it kind of pushed Tuesday's AMA to Wednesday. So there you have it, today is AMA Wednesday, not AMA Tuesday. Today's question comes from a gentleman named Bhupinder. He is out of India and has a company called Bames Log. Bames Log, from what I can get from their website and their Facebook page, is a company that is a storytelling platform and allows contributors to share stories in beautiful ways. Highly encourage you to check them out. I'll post some more info about the company in the comments section. But essentially, he asked two really great questions that a lot of people ask me all the time. Number one being how to use email marketing and have positive results. And number two being how to grow small businesses by learning from big businesses, meaning what best marketing practices can be done for awareness of the business and a low budget. Really great questions. So let's go ahead and tackle question number one first, which is how to use email marketing and have positive results. I'm going to start by telling you how to really screw email marketing up, because I think in this case it's probably easier to learn what not to do than to learn what to do. Here's a lot of ways I see individuals and companies mess email marketing up. They just email out their latest blog post. That is spammy. They take no time to personalize the actual message. They don't tell any stories in it. They overwhelm the email newsletter with pictures and other things that make it look very marketing by nature. The best way that you can use email to convert people is to treat it as if you were emailing an individual directly, not a marketing campaign. When people see emails that are highly personalized and look like they're coming from another human, that's when they're going to open and click them. So you want your subject line to not just be something that's topical or theory-based. You want to speak right to your prospect. Make the subject line something personal and readable. Now, I know most of you are probably using email service provider platforms like a MailChimp or a Constant Contact. That's fine, but don't be lazy with your subject lines. Don't write things like, the weekly recipe or our weekly newsletter. Nobody's going to read that, especially in today's environment where everybody has 10 million emails to go through. But if you email somebody and say, I thought you may like this recipe, and you're putting out recipes, that sounds way more personal. Hey Steve, how are you? Hey Keith, hi Rowan. So definitely don't treat your email marketing like a newsletter. I highly encourage my clients not to include pictures. Again, if I'm emailing you one-to-one, pictures seem really spammy. If you're talking to somebody, make your email exchanges look like a regular email would. Another thing too, we're all in a mobile environment today. If you're sending me an email with paragraphs upon paragraphs of information, I'm usually checking it on my mobile phone. Congratulations, that just became the longest email in the world. Nobody's going to take the time to read through it. Here is a really great insider tip and hack for your email marketing tactics. Keep paragraphs to a sentence long. It looks like you have 30 different paragraphs there, but I promise you, when somebody is inevitably reading that email on their mobile phone, which in all cases they likely are, they're going to digest it a lot quicker and with more excitement than they are if they open their email and they see paragraphs of information. So keep the emails in short, digestible bits. Write to your prospects, even if you're mass mailing 100, like you would write to them individually. As with any marketing copy, and I say this to my clients all the time, write like you're speaking directly to your prospect. Keep it conversational. We don't need to write a dissertation here. This isn't a theory paper for college. Write like you would conversationally. Don't be afraid to use contractions, okay? I know everybody has a problem and everybody wants to use business form writing, but no, the reality of it is we read like we think, we read like we talk. You're going to get people to read through emails a lot better if you keep it conversational in nature. Get those images out of there. You're just making it look like a marketing newsletter, and keep it very, very personable. So that's how you can use email and some quick tips to get people to convert from email. Now, let's go into the second part of this because this is actually really interesting to me. He says, how do I grow a small business by learning from big businesses? What best marketing practices can be done for awareness of the business and through a low budget? I'm going to say something that's a little aggressive here, but I'm just going to be honest. I spend 99% of my engagements with large businesses teaching them how to market like a small business does. The reality of the situation is small businesses generally have better brand loyalty because they sound more human and more personable, just like we were talking about with the email, than large businesses do. Guys, we don't think that large businesses have smarter marketing minds and a better marketing strategy. 99% of the time, what it means is that they have a bigger budget to burn through and waste and more money to spend on salaries for people who aren't really doing as much as they should be doing. Again, I know that is really, really harsh to say, but the reality of it is small businesses are actually much better primed to market than large businesses are. I definitely think that if you're a small business, you're closer to your prospect, you understand what they want, than when you're in a huge bureaucratic information and everybody's just kind of spinning their wheels with no strategy. Now, here's something that I say to both my large clients and my small businesses, and this is something that big businesses who are smart with marketing have in place. The best thing you can do is build a marketing system. Like any other component of your business, whether it's making widgets or hiring people, it's going to be effective if you have a system in place. When you're a small business and you have limited resources, if you don't have a clearly defined system that guides your marketing, you start to get really anxious and you just try a bunch of different things and you have no idea what's actually sticking. The best thing you can do that a big business does have in a lot of situations is build a marketing system and follow it religiously. So if you're a small business and you realize that you can join Facebook groups, get your sales team in Facebook groups where your prospect is, schedule that into their calendar at least 3 times a week. Let every single person on your sales team know which specific industry they should be focusing on. Build it like a system and encourage your sales team and your marketing team to follow that system. What generally happens is businesses hire marketing people without understanding their marketing needs or having a system for that marketing person to operate. That's a problem because then your marketing becomes reliant upon an individual and not a system. You want to build the system first, whether you're small or large, and then work the system. Now, again, I say that big businesses usually don't do marketing as well as small businesses do because they're not agile, they're not tactful, they're not in the front lines where their prospects are. What you can do that I teach a lot of my big business clients to do is empower your sales teams to act like marketers. Your sales teams know the pain points of your prospects. I'd rather have 6 sales folks with really stellar personal brands than 2 people in my marketing department with a really strong corporate marketing strategy. People like to buy through people. So I think that 6 personal brands operating on behalf of the company is going to work better than 1 large corporate strategy that sounds more sterile and not connected and personable. Remember, always keep your marketing human. Big businesses really fail heavy on this. They lost their sense of personality. They're not as human anymore. So I actually think that you're in a way better position and that big businesses have something to learn from you. In terms of your actual business, Fameslog, which is again a storytelling platform, what I would do is start to join Facebook groups of creatives. Creatives are storytellers, and your key value proposition, as it says on your website, is stories that are told beautifully. So I would find a bunch of different creative communities on Facebook. Creatives really like Facebook groups and are super active, and I would start talking and having conversations in those groups and incentivizing people in those groups to use your platform. Again, big businesses, they're not doing this. They're it is way below what they're doing. They're spending countless dollars and hours just blasting banner ads online. And guess what? It's not as effective as if you get in those groups and promote yourself. So those are my answers to your questions. I hope you found it helpful. As always, if you have questions that you want answered, email them over to me at kate@ladonbm. You can DM me on Facebook. We do these every Tuesday, with the exception of today. It's Wednesday. But any marketing branding questions you have, send them on over. All right, guys, I'll see you next week. Rock it out for the rest of the week. And I hope that you have a fantastic day. Bye.